you this evening? I hope wherever you are, you're doing well and you're feeling good. I'm quite tired this evening. Had a very long work day. Started at 6 a.m. Finished at 4:30. Had some dinner. Went for a walk to get some fresh air because the smoke had cleared from the wildfires. We had a bit of a rainstorm earlier, a bit of thunder as well, and spent the evening doing exciting things like laundry. And yeah, it's been a thrill a minute here, but that's okay. Yeah, it's last week of June. July 1st is Canada Day. It's akin to what our friends in the United States would celebrate as Independence Day on July 4th. We celebrate it as on July 1st, 1867. The nation was signed into. The nation was, I guess, formally created as Canada. I don't want to get into a history lesson. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk to you and see how you're doing. I am. Yeah, the allergies were pretty bad for me the last couple of days due to the smoke from the wildfires, but it's much, much better today. But I am a little tired. I'll have a show for you next week, and then I'm taking a few weeks off to take a summer vacation. I'm going to be taking a road trip with a friend going to go down east and visit some friends in Newfoundland. And I've not seen in a couple of years, and I've not been back to Newfoundland since 1980. So I think I'm due for a trip, eh? I've been down east, but not recently. Looking forward to it. 3 weeks on the road. I'll be doing some recording some stuff while I'm out there, but I won't be able to do this because I won't have this quite the same studio set up, recording mics or anything like that. I mean, this is a proper studio mic. It really does help create a better atmosphere for ASMR type of an environment. After all, the idea behind this is to, let's discuss our mental health together, how we're doing, and things we can do to try and improve. But I intend to do it in the most soothing voice I can so that I can help bring you some peace of mind and relaxation if at all possible. And maybe lull you to sleep if you so desire. That is, after all, my goal here is to provide a peaceful sense of calm and relaxation for you. So I hope you enjoy what I have to say and do here. I was feeling a terrible migraine coming on about 30 minutes ago, so I took some medication to fight it, but it's not doing its job, so I might cut this short this evening because the lights are a little bit much for me right now, as my head is kind of throbbing, and that's never a fun thing, is it? I mean, after all, the whole point of this is to be engaging. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that. There was a Facebook reminder to do exactly this 5 minutes late. Oh, some days technology just makes you scratch your head, doesn't it? If we could only get all on the same time clock, that would be wonderful. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. And sometimes the technology can create a tremendous headache for us as well. I've killed one of the lights that I would normally use this evening and dimmed these ones down a fair bit because, like I said, the migraine is not pleasant at the moment. Drink plenty of water. Hopefully get to bed at a decent enough hour and get some good sleep, I hope. I plan. Pray. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. The old saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to clear my throat in your ear there. That wasn't very nice of me now, was it? See if one of my cameras won't work on this feed anymore, and I don't know why. Strange. Yeah. It's neither here nor there. Things are working properly now, so that's all that really matters to me. So yeah, I did my beard shave fundraiser. I think I talked about that last week or the week before. I don't remember. Last few days have been a bit of a blur and very, very busy. Not complaining, just, when you're extremely busy, it can really sort of make you lose track of time. You forget sort of where you are in the day, if that makes any sense. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Sort of wandering from place to place and trying to remember something I did the other day, and it's like, did I do that on Saturday or was that a week ago? I don't know. Fatigue will do that to you. So I'm hoping that tonight I'm able to get some restful sleep. And we'll see. Hopefully. Proper sleep hygiene helps. Sleep hygiene being trying to go to bed at the same time every night. Turn off electronic lights about an hour before. Read by candlelight if you need to, or wear the orange glasses to dim the blue light. Because the blue light is what stimulates the brain, and it can sometimes lull you into a, lull would be the incorrect term there. Sometimes can bring you to a heightened sense of alertness. It's not like you feel awake, but you can't really fall asleep because your brain is kind of working overtime as a direct result of the light, the blue light you get. Sorry, I just need to adjust my microphone there because I was leaning over and it was hurting my neck. The blue light that is created from electronic devices, and I'm sure you've noticed that a lot of electronic devices these days, their power is not green anymore. All their power is blue. Why, I don't know. Off red, on blue. Green doesn't make sense anymore. That's some products. I don't know. It's weird how it works. But nevertheless, the blue light will stimulate your brain and create a sense of alertness. You may find that when you try and fall asleep, you just simply can't. And that is because of the stimulation. This is only something we've learned about in the last 10 or 15 years, I think. And sometimes it's, the old habits die hard. We forget to turn off the electronic devices just before bed. Lie in bed and the brain is still kind of working away, even though you're not necessarily thinking about anything or even attempting to do anything. You just can't slow down. You can't quiet your mind. And sometimes, for moments like that, breathing exercises do help, of course, as I've talked about in the past. Breathing exercises along with trying to meditate, and meditation can be difficult. Listening to somebody like this talk to you in a soothing voice and ask you to relax. Perhaps a guided meditation, which I've tried to do in the past, but I don't feel comfortable doing it because I'm not trained in it. I think, and to read a script written by somebody else would be inauthentic. It just wouldn't be me. But I will work on doing something again for you in the near future, just so that I can try and provide you with a sense of peacefulness and calm, so you can relax and lull yourself to sleep. After all, that's all what we all seek, isn't it? Peaceful relaxation. I know I certainly do. I'll find I can get home from work, and if my mind is racing and I need to decompress, I'll put the headphones on and listen to some jazz. And sometimes I'll listen to a sleep meditation to see if they help. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's different for every person. Some have been very good at helping me to think about relaxing every muscle in my body, from starting. They like to start at the feet. I tend to start at the shoulders where I carry most of my tension personally. Try and get my shoulders, my neck to relax. Feel the spine sort of loosen up a little bit. Maybe your back muscles relax a little bit. Try not to flex as much, which is difficult sometimes, especially if you, like I said, like me, carry a lot of tension in your shoulders. So try and relax as best you can. Take some deep cleansing breaths and think about where you are. Positive affirmation, yes, Andrew, is also, that works very well as well. In addition to, or even as a substitution, thinking about the good things and whether you say them out loud or just think them to yourself. Things like taking stock and showing gratitude for all of the wonderful things you have in your life. And I know sometimes if you are going through a depressive episode, that can be incredibly difficult to do. And if your anxiety is creeping up, well, we all know how difficult that can be. So deep cleansing breaths, taking stock in all the good things that you have in your life. Sometimes you have to just think, and I know this may sound terrible when I say it, but therefore the grace of a higher power go I when you see somebody whose lot in life is not as good as you have it. And that's a terrible way to say it, isn't it? I don't care to say it, but sometimes you need to make that affirmation to realize, hey, I'm doing better than I thought. The old saying was there's an old saying, I used to lament the fact that I didn't have any shoes, that I saw a man with met a man with no feet. It's all about perspective, right? And sometimes we look at others and see how they deal with the difficulties in their lives and how they're managed to stay positive at all times. And there's a friend of mine who is one of the most super positive individuals you could ever possibly meet. He's literally a ray of sunshine, and he's not had an easy life. He's had a very, very, very difficult life, and yet he is super positive at all times. And that's an inspiration to me because, medically speaking, my life is 100 times better. He has a lot of health issues, and yet he still remains super positive all the time. Nothing gets him down. And certainly that is mind over matter. Certainly that is willing things good in your life. And I realize how difficult that can be because, I've been there and I've had the difficult periods where just trying to think about anything positive is difficult. But when I see what my buddy goes through, it reminds me to take stock of the positive things in my life, because the reason he's so positive, because he takes stock in all of the goodness in his life. And even though he may have health difficulties, he's like, I have wonderful friends. I have people who love me. I have a dedicated community that supports me. I have friends all over the world. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Take stock in what you have and be thankful for it. Showing gratitude can go an awful long way to helping you feel better about whatever situation you're going through. And I understand, maybe you're going through a difficult period, a job loss, financial woes, heartbreak, divorce, a recent death of a friend or a family member or a colleague, or, there's a million different things that can affect how we feel on a day-to-day basis. And it can affect your brain chemistry. Sometimes when the brain chemistry is a little out of whack, a little out of balance, and things go sideways, it's hard to focus on anything positive. Because when you're drowning in the middle of the ocean, because that's how often it feels, well, that can be quite difficult to manage to get through. So in days like that, the best advice I can give you is remember to breathe, remember that everything is temporary. Things do get better. And show gratitude for the things that are good in your life. Because even when things are really, really, really bad, you can always find something positive. There's always something positive available to you. Just maybe you have to look for it a little bit harder than others. Maybe sometimes it takes more effort than you initially think it would, but you know what? It's worthwhile because you're worthwhile. And the reason I have this is to try and help as many people as I can. Thanks, Nick. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to help you. I'm glad I'm able to help anybody who needs it. Again, I'm not a doctor or a therapist or psychologist. I have no medical degree of any type. I just I've been around for 55 years, and I've battled depression for 43, anxiety for probably as many. And yeah, I have a few pointers I can help people with, and I want to create an environment and a community here where people can feel comfortable to come in and drop into the chat. If you feel like talking, that's fine, and if you don't, that's okay too. I'm going to be the one who's going to be here doing this, being confessional to you and observational, and oftentimes maybe a little comical, inadvertently so, because I do trip over my tongue from time to time. That's some high quality H2O. That was a little, anyway. Pop culture reference, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's fine too. But I am going to, I'm going to wrap this up shortly because, as I said, my migraine is not dissipating very quickly, and the lights are a little bit much. I'm actually going to lower one here, so I'm down to one light. It's a little bit easier because it's off to the left. It's not so much in my eyes, so I can deal with this a little bit better. Maybe it creates a little bit better of a mood, do you think? You tell me. Nevertheless. Yeah, so I'll be back next week. And then like I said, I'm taking 3 weeks off. If I can do something from the road, I will, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. And I'll be honest with you, I could sit and record 3 shows over the next, couple of days and air them in advance, but I don't know. I think that it doesn't feel spontaneous to me in that manner. Because I really, I might come on here and have a topic of discussion for the evening, but I just go wherever my mind takes me. And to do it without a live feed, sure, it's doable, of course. I could treat it like a live feed like they do when they record live events. But I don't know. I think it takes away some of the authenticity for me. Of course, I do have replays of the live feed, so I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it. Maybe I'll put something together and surprise you with some pre-recorded stuff while I'm on vacation. We'll see. But either way, I'm still taking the time off, so maybe I'll schedule something. We'll see. I've got a little bit of time between now and when vacation starts, so it doesn't start until 4:30 p.m. July 8th. It's the end of the workday for me. Then I'll be off for 3 weeks. So, as I said a few moments ago, my head's throbbing, a bit of a migraine. That's why I'm so squinty right now. I'm trying to keep the light out of my eyes as much as possible. I'm going to have to go lie down for a bit before I finish up my evening because I have some additional work I have to do. But I will take my leave at this time, and I will wish you all the very best. And I hope you're doing well. We're planning on doing something July 1st on Canada Day, Andrew. pubcast for July 1st. It'll be later in the day, but we're still working out the details. We've got a little bit of time to get it together. So yeah, just keep watch for it. So thanks again for tuning in, folks. I really do appreciate you, and I'm hopeful that I can help somebody somewhere, some way, somehow. I'm going to go lie down, but you take care, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.